Hey guys, it's Chad from Chad Love Services here for a indoor air quality public service announcement. So we're getting a ton of calls about indoor air quality. Obviously, you know, we do duct cleaning, we do HVAC. We're specialists in those areas, so we're kind of the go-to people for those questions. So there's a couple of things, and I'm going to try to make it fairly short for you, that you can do to make sure that your system keeps running properly, that your home indoor air is treated properly and it's filtrated, right? So the first thing is make sure you're getting your system serviced. It's getting springtime. Obviously, I'm in short sleeves today. Now's the time to start prepping for the summertime, right? So get your system tuned up. Make sure your system's tuned up, ready to go. We can pinpoint any problems that you're going to have pre-season so that you don't have them and you don't have any breakdowns in the middle of a hot summer, right? The second thing is make sure that you have high quality filters, right? Make sure your filters are changed. A lot of people use the really cheap filters, the little 25-cent guys. They range anywhere from, you know, 25-cent filter all the way up to, you know, you can buy them $20 a piece at Lowe's, right? Well, we have some products. This is what we call a 4-inch media filter. You only have to change this once a year, but it has a special rack that goes in. We actually bolt it right to your gas furnace or indoor air handler. Super easy. We change them whenever we come out. This is an option too, and they go all the way up to HEPA grade filtration, which is what we consider hospital grade, right? So that's one of the things that you can do. And then you also can treat the air, right? So you have you can service the system, make sure your filtration's good, and then you can treat the air. And treating the air is what the questions that we're getting asked recently about, you know, the indoor air quality and the viruses and the different things that are going on. This is something that we preach all the time. Make sure that your air is purified. Your air conditioning system, when it was built, it didn't come with any type of air treatment system, right? So we install a few things. We have what we call a 6-stage air purification system that has an ultraviolet light in it, and it also has a titanium dioxide plate that when those two are in conjunction, when you use both of those, it creates what's called a hydroproxyl, and it actually proactively cleans your air. Just like when you was a kid, you get a cut, you pour some hydrogen peroxide on there and you see it bubble up. Well, this is the air version of that. So it's going to clean the air, anything, even down to a surface where you have a virus or a bacteria or even you know, an allergen that's in the house. It actually disables those and cleans those particles in the air. So that's one of the options that we have as well. And then we do have ultraviolet light systems that we can install as well on your evaporator coils to kill anything that's microbial, bacteria, anything that's on a surface. It'll actually kill that for you. So we can install multiples of those. The biggest thing we want to make sure you know is there's 3 items that you should take away from this video. One, service. Make sure you're having your system serviced. Doesn't matter exactly the timing, but make sure you're having it serviced twice a year, right? We have basically 2 big seasons here. We have the winter time, and then we have the summertime. Twice a year, you need the heating system, your heating system serviced, you need your cooling system serviced, right? That's going to keep and make sure that you don't have any indoor air quality problems that creep up and then they get worse over time. We catch them early, right? The second thing is make sure you got good high quality filters. Make sure your filtration is right. If you're not sure which one you should use, ask our guys. They're going to be able to tell you which one while we're there on a service. They'll be able to explain the benefits of having something like a big filter like this versus the little 25-cent filter that really all it stops is bowling balls, kitty cats, and kids, right? It's all it keeps out of there. So it's one of those things where those little 25-cent ones, just don't use those if I could get you to do anything. And then the third thing is making sure that you have a good air treatment system, right? You may not need it today, but I always look at it like this: who is the most successful? Who is the most at-risk person in the family? Does one person have allergies? Do you have an elderly parent that lives with you? Anything. Think about it from that case, and then do we have, just ask the question, hey, do we have, to the service guy, do we have any air treatment system on our system? And then what can it do? I mean, we install these, and they last. You don't have to replace them every year. They last a good long time for you. So those are 3 things I would take away from the video. Look, in your homes, you live there all the time. The air that you breathe is important. It's as important or more important than even what you drink, right? So just take into consideration what your system has installed on it, and if it doesn't, ask a good question, and then we can take care of it from there. Or if you just have any questions, you don't have to be a customer of ours. We'll be glad to answer any kind of questions that you have about indoor air quality, and if we can help you in any way, give us a shout. But the biggest thing, have a healthy day and a better than great one. Thanks. I'm Chad from Chad Love Services.